how do we measure value or worth? Obviously, yeah, there's some subjectivity to it, right? Something that I might view highly valuable, someone else might view as worthless and rubbish, right? But I think there is some objective means that we can use to kind of measure value and worth. I think that one thing that we use is scarcity, something that is, in abundance, something that's in surplus, tends to be viewed less valuable, is cheaper, right? Less expensive than something that is very rare, very scarce, something that's, limited edition, right? Something that's not as common tends to be more valued than something that is more common, right? And I also think that something else is accessibility, right? The more easier it is to kind of get your hands on it and kind of, make it yourself or do it yourself, it tends to be a lot cheaper than something that you can't really get on your own, something that's more difficult to get your hands on and get access to, right? And so scarcity and accessibility, I think, are two things that we use to measure value and worth. And when you think about, our value and our worth, our value comes from the fact that we were created by God. And God didn't just, have a factory assembly line where he just created a whole bunch of clones and robots. No, he created us all very uniquely, we're all special, right? We're all one of a kind. And so it kind of, I guess boggles my mind how oftentimes people feel as if they are worthless, or that they are demeaned because they aren't like everyone else, because they are different, because they are unique. But the fact that you are unique, the fact that you aren't like everyone else, is what makes you so valuable. It is what makes you so precious, right? If we all were the same, if we all were alike, there would be no diversity, there would be no uniqueness. We would, again, something that's common and in abundance is less valuable. Something that is more unique, more rare, more special. And so you don't find your worth because you're like everyone else. But the fact that you are unique and that you are special, that God created you in a distinctive way, is what gives you value, because you are rare, you are scarce, you are literally the only you that will ever exist throughout all eternity. And if we lose you, you go extinct, right? And I'm just talking about death. Obviously, yeah, when you die, you're extinct. But also, if you lose yourself in the sense of instead of being who you're created to be, you're trying to be someone else, or you're trying to be like someone that you're not. And so your worth and your value is founded in not what other people say about you or how you square up to what someone else is like, but no, your value and worth is found in the fact that you were created uniquely by God, and you are free to be who God created you to be. Don't be like everyone else. You lose your value, you lose your worth when you try your best to be someone that you're not. But when you are who God created you to be, very uniquely, very specially, that's where your worth and your value is found, right? So don't draw your worth from what other people say or think about you, because that's subject to change and fluctuate day by day, right? And you're not going to have a very stable self-esteem or a very stable self-worth at all. But if you base your value since that God created me and he created me uniquely and specially and distinctively for a purpose, because I have some meaning that I have to fill in this world, and he created me such in a distinctive way so I can fulfill that purpose, that's where your worth is found. And that's a stable foundation for your self-esteem and for your self-worth and value. So because of who God is, you are worthy, you are valuable, you are highly cherished. Because you are uniquely made by God. You are rare, you are unique, you are hard to find, and by that very definition, you are highly valuable, you are priceless.